So she's wondering if she is required to have her stepbrother and stepsister in her wedding or at her wedding. We'll get to that email in just 1 second. Let me ask you guys a question.
Nope.
Okay. Let's get into the email.
Moving on.
As I'm on this journey right now to declutter my life, I've tried to make it simple.
I didn't even realize that was a journey you were on.
Haven't I shared that with you? Or have I decluttered my life so much I've just decided to not talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, you said some things about, like, as far as your wardrobe, but I didn't realize it was like an entire life kind of thing.
I didn't either.
Yeah, so what she's talking about as far as the wardrobe goes, I was reading this thing like there are some people that believe if you just have 33 things in your closet, right, it really takes a lot of the guesswork out. Like, you know, when you get up in the morning, you're like, what am I going to wear here? What am I going to wear there? And you're going through your closet or whatever. If you can just keep it to 33 total items, it will declutter your life quite a bit. So you can't do it?
That's including shoes?
I wouldn't think so.
Oh, I could do it then.
Okay.
Yeah, I could do it.
All right. So the second part of it is going through and unsubscribing to emails that you are getting most of the time, right? So since January 1st, I've taken that advice and I've been doing it. Every time I get an email that I'm not reading, that I'm sure that I signed up for when I bought something online, the emails are coming in and I unsubscribe. And then I unsubscribe and I unsubscribe. Now, I've been doing this for 6 weeks with no slowing down at all. It feels to me like every time I unsubscribe from one, I get a new one from somebody else. Mm-hmm. Is there a global way to stop those from coming in? Because it is, I'm learning, impossible to truly unsubscribe from all of them.
The problem is your data keeps being sold. Every time you sign up for something with an email your email's out there now. So even if you unsubscribe, whoever had it has sold it and they continue to sell it to new companies. But here's what I have found. When I thought I've unsubscribed because I clicked the little unsubscribe link and then, it's the pop-up that says, oh, we're so sorry to see you go.
Right.
You have successfully unsubscribed.
I hate when they ask for a reason, too.
Yeah,
you know why?
The worst.
Because.
Other.
But that's the thing is...
Sometimes they don't even let you do other.
They make you
put other, and then, you have to put some kind of explanation in there. I don't like your mother. And then I'll hit it.
That's the best reason ever.
Your mother. That's why.
I found that when it shows that page, I was just like, cool, it's a confirmation. No, they make you do it again. Like, you have to then be like, click here to unsubscribe this email address or put in your email. Or they'll fake you out and they'll have like a big red button and you're like, cool, clicked it. And it really said, click to resubscribe.
Dang you.
I've seen that. Yeah, they got me like that.
Yes, it's so annoying. And I'm like, I unsubscribed from this place 3 times. And then I realized what's happening.
It just keeps multiplying and multiplying. It is like the gremlin that gets wet.
Yes. And then I know I unsubscribe to certain companies. But then a couple weeks later, that same company sends me an email.
Yep.
And I'm like... You sons of...
Yep. And there's nobody you can call and there's nobody you can email. Mm-hmm. Because if you email them, I'm guessing they're going like, hey, I guess this guy still wants to be subscribed. He's not really, he's not really breaking up with us.
If Pottery Barn sends me one more email, so help me.
It's impossible to get out of it. It really is. All right, so she's not on the phone with us, but she does have an email that she sent, and she wants your guys' advice on wondering, like, does she have to have her stepbrother and stepsister in the wedding? 1-855-BERT Show.
I'm getting married soon, and my mom's been bugging me about having her new stepkids in the wedding party. She just married her 3rd husband last year, and he's got 2 kids. I've met them, but I hardly know them. My dad also has stepchildren. However, it is different. They're like real siblings to me. They've been in my life for over 15 years, so of course, I'm going to have them in my wedding party. But my mom's stepkids, I don't want that. I don't want to disappoint my mom, but I don't feel comfortable having people I barely know in my wedding party. She's already talking to them about it, and I don't even know what to say. I don't have anything against her stepkids other than the fact that I don't even know them. I don't want to be forced to have them in my wedding. That's not fair to them or me or my future spouse. Yet, my mom seems to take offense to the fact that I would view them differently or treat them differently than my dad's. Will I regret having them in my wedding just to keep my mom happy? Or will I regret just not sucking it up to do what makes her happy?
I have a hunch that if she approached the step sister and stepbrother, they're probably equally awkward about this, uneasy about it. They probably are like, I don't really know her like that. Why would you even ask us to be in it?
Give them guest book duty.
Is that like the lowest rung?
No, it's not the lowest rung, but it's a way to still be included in the wedding and have your name on the what is it called?
Program?
Thank you. Lord have mercy. I thought coffee was supposed to help me. So there's different roles.
But when you're assigned that one, is it insulting?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I wouldn't find it insulting.
Even if it's all three of them? Isn't it three?
No, he's got 2 kids.
Oh, okay, two.
2 kids. So standing there at the guest book, you get a boutonniere and a corsage as well. And I don't think it is diminished duty. And you stand there and you're one of the faces welcoming people into the ceremony. So I think that's like a compromise. So I wouldn't even talk to your mom about it. I would pull those 2 aside and be like, hey, I have a special responsibility that I would love for you to handle at my wedding. Would you be willing to be my guest book attendants?
It sounds like you're talking to a 6-year-old. I have a special responsibility.
Maybe
just
they are
for
6.
You. Hey, Caroline, good morning. You're on the Bert Show.
Good morning.
Morning.
I just want to say you don't have to have anyone or anything in your wedding that you don't want to. It's your day, and you spend so much time and so much money trying to make this day special for you and your spouse that's all that matters. And if you lose relationships over that time, that's honestly that person's problem.
I mean, I know what you're saying is accurate on paper, but is it really reality, Caroline?
Absolutely. My sister and I got married 6 months apart. My mom had all kinds of opinions for her, and she missed out on both weddings.
Oh, she did?
Is that right?
Wow.
Dang. Yeah, I think if you ask most people, what do you think the average would be of those that invited people out of obligation that really didn't want them there? How many people did they end up at their wedding that they really didn't care if they were there or not?
Oh, I mean, I had a handful.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing. Like, I knew they were important to my parents. And so you're willing to compromise. Like, no, you can't have like 50 additional guests, but I mean, I'll give you a couple. I'll throw in a couple.
2 or 3?
I'd say it's high.
2 or 3. I think it's higher than that also.
Yeah, no.
All right, so our advice, if she's going back, is she keeping mom out of it this weekend and she's going right to stepbrother and stepsister and go, hey, I've got a special responsibility for you.
I would, yes, and say it just like that.
It's very special.
You got to invite them to the wedding.
Agreed.
Yeah, you have to.
It's the Bert Show.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched? Well, you can get way more of The Bert Show on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your favorite podcast.